This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the 8th Annual Precious Metal Summit here in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me right now is John Lawton from Explaurum Limited. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is EXU on the ASX. John, welcome to SNNLive.
Great to be here. Thanks, Robert.
It's great to have you on. So, for our audience, let's get an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Terrific. Explaurum is listed on the ASX, as Robert said. Our project is Tampia. It's in Western Australia. It's in the goldfields of Western Australia, and it's a very exciting project which we're developing.
So, I want to get a history of the company. When did it start, and how did you develop to where you're currently at today?
Explaurum acquired this project in 2012. We've been working on exploring it. The exploration upside is very exciting for the project, and that's the main interest, I think, in the market. We've currently got a resource of just under 700,000 ounces and a mine reserve of 534,000 ounces.
Okay. So are there elephants in the area? I mean, how did you come upon this land package to start your development on?
That's an interesting question. It was discovered. It's a project that was discovered by BHP back in 1987 after the discovery of Boddington. It's in wheatbelt country, which means it's largely unexplored. There's no other project within 140 kilometres of our project, so it's largely unknown, and that's the exciting part of the story, because it's a new goldfield that we found there.
Right. But there's still infrastructure there, even though it's far away from what was previously explored.
Yes, there is. We're just outside of a small town called Narembeen, which is where we intend to set up the mining operation, and everything will be run out of that, and we have great community support for the project.
So tell me a little bit about the exploration team. Do they have experience in this area of the world?
Yes, they do. We have a young team, but they're full of beans, and it's a very exciting project which they're enjoying. A great experience for exploration geo. So they get on well with the locals and the landowners particularly. It's a good story.
Great. So let's get back to where you're at currently in the project development. Exactly where are we?
Yep. So we've announced a definitive feasibility back in May of this year, following a scoping study in November of last year, and we're currently working on a BFS and bankable feasibility, which should be out in November of this year. And as I said, looking to a decision to develop by the end of the first quarter of calendar 2019.
And what's your background? I mean, do you have experience doing some exploration in Australia?
Yes, I've been in this business all my life. I find it a great place to be. My background's geology. I started a listed vehicle called Ross Mining with a colleague back in the 80s, which was a very successful gold explorer and developer. We developed 7 gold mines over 14 years and provided dividends to shareholders, and we're the cheapest gold producer for 3 years in a row. So it's a good story and a good background. So, but these days we're really using high-tech exploration methods, which are largely cutting edge. That's a very exciting place to be as well.
Tell me a little bit more about that. You just hit on a new topic. I know we could probably do a whole interview just on that, but tell me a little bit more. What do you mean you're using high technology for the development of this project?
Yep. Well, within the group, we use prospectivity analysis, which is a new way of assessing data, compilation of data, but also working out how to use that data to best effect, and what's the real determinant variables in exploration. Besides that, what I can say is the real potential for this project was discovered using gravity, so airborne gravity, which not a lot of explorers use, and that really opened the area up. So from the current project that we've Tampia, we've got 23 other deposit or areas that also have gold associated with them that are potential future resources for the country. So the upside's fairly unlimited as we see it.
So you touched on my next question a little bit, but I wanted to ask to, kind of wrap up here. What are from what you can tell me, what are some of the company's value catalysts moving forward?
It'll be getting to bankable feasibility. We've made a fairly recent discovery on what's called supergene mineralisation, which wasn't included in the definitive feasibility study, and that's near surface, high grade, extensive mineralisation. It's open-ended, But if we can bring that into the production profile that we're looking at, which is why we'll be included in the BFS, then it'll bring our cash costs down, and we're in the last quartile of gold producers from our feasibility study at the moment. It'll obviously bring it down significantly more.
And where can our audience go and find more information about Explaurum?
Yes, we're on the web, obviously, and ASX. We're only listed in Australian ASX. Our website is explaurum.com.
And that's EXPLAURUM.com. My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive. And we're here at the 8th Annual Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me again is John Lawton from Explaurum Limited, publicly traded company. The symbol is EXU on the ASX. John, thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks very much, Robert. Much appreciated.